Hey, Anna.
Hey Serge, I guess we're doing a Randocast.
Yes, we are. And we're talking about a subject that has become very near and dear to my heart over the years as I've watched many a YouTube video and sunk many, many hours into this idle pursuit. The Eurovision Song Contest. Every year around this time, as the flowers are blooming and the leaves are sprouting, the Eurovision Song Contest comes around and dozens of ridiculous looking music videos hit the YouTubes. It brings joy to my heart. What can I say? The Eurovision Song Contest is actually one of the longest running international TV song competitions. It is held primarily among the member countries of the European Broadcasting Union, whatever that means. Anyway, the point is, a whole bunch of European countries, basically all of them, are eligible to enter this contest. They select the best act from amongst themselves, and they then go ahead and compete in the capital city of the previous song contest winners. Maybe it doesn't have to be the capital city, but it is in that country. Anyway, the Eurovision Song Contest this year will be the 62nd one, which is amazing. This thing's been running for like forever, and
Hence it being the longest running.
right. And I'm gonna let you take it away.
So this year's, it will be in Kiev, Ukraine, after they won last year.
Controversially.
Right. There will be 42 countries participating this year, with Portugal and Romania returning to the contest after being absent last year. Bosnia and Herzegovina have withdrawn due to financial difficulties, and Russia withdrew on April 13th after their singer Yulia Samolyova was banned from entering. It's a whole political thing, and we don't want to get into it.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
But the basic rules for the contest are pretty simple. So, according to Eurovision rules, all nations with the exception of the host country, Ukraine this year, and the Big Five, France, Germany, Italy, Spain, and the UK, are required to qualify from one of two semifinals in order to compete for the final. The top 10 countries from each semifinal progresses to the final. Basically, I read from Wikipedia. I'm sure you can all wiki the rules yourself.
Yeah, that sounds boring. I think the basic meltdown of the rules is people have their phones out and they just like SMS in their votes and then it gets tallied up.
One thing they have, though, is that any vocal tracks have to be done live. There was a country a few years ago where there was a vocal track there was a background track that sounded too close to vocals, and that country was penalized, I think, not only for that year, but for a couple years after that as well. So they're very serious that anything that sounds like it's a vocal track needs to be performed live.
Right, so there's no lip syncing allowed. So if you go out there and you totally flub it, yeah, the voters are gonna know.
So Serge and I decided that we would make a top 10 list of our favorite songs from this year. And I have to say, I did fudge a little. Based on my breakdown, I actually have a top 12 plus an honorable mention.
I ended up with a top 10 plus an honorable mention.
Should we do our honorable mentions first?
Hold on a second.
Okay.
If my number 9 and number 10 are rated the same, should I give number 11 a chance?
I have a few that are the same. That's why I have 12.
Well, I mean, I have my 6 and 7 are the same, but I'm not gonna combine them. You know what? I'll give 2 honorable mentions.
Why don't you just give an 11 and an honorable mention?
All right.
Well, what's your honorable mention?
My honorable mention this year is Russia. It's so basically one of the themes that ran through the song contest this year has been Bond themes.
Actually, this year it's diversity, but I guess there are a lot of Bond themes.
Right. And actually, I mean, like, this year we've had a lot of amazing songs, and this is one of the reasons we're doing this cast, is because normally these songs suck and they're just hilariously bad. But one of the common themes that run through Eurovision is all the Bond themes, and I have to give a shout out to Russia because of all the different Bond themes on display, there's like about 5 of them altogether. This one is the best one. Georgia, I would say, was the more traditional Bond theme, but I think Russia's had more heart, and I really appreciated that.
My honorable mention is Russia also. Not because of some weird Bond theme thing, but based on my grading breakdown, Russia would have been in my top 5. And because it scored the same as some of the stuff in the top 5, it could have been at least top 3. The reason I didn't put it in the actual list was because Russia withdrew, and she will be participating in next year's contest. I don't know if the same song or not, but that's why I had to give her honorable mention and not actually on the list itself.
If you'll forgive me for interjecting, I had her at number 12.
Because I guess I have more songs than you. My number 12 song, I actually really hated this song's video. I found it boring. I found the performance boring as well. But it is an earworm. Verona by Estonia. I honestly can't get it out of my head. I don't know why. It's not that good a song, but it sticks with you.
Oh, jeez.
I know that when you were making your list, you definitely listened to it a few times.
I did. I was considering this one.
But I mean, there's just something to it. It's catchy. The lyrics aren't that great, and I think because the music video has the lyrics, just the lyrics over their faces, you could just read how not great a song this is lyrically, and yet
it's poorly written.
Yeah, but it's just catchy, and I do find myself humming it. So that's why it's number 12 on my list of songs.
Yeah, they were number 15 for me. By the way, are you doubling them up, or are you just like, for example, like let's explain this to me and the listeners. If you have two songs that have the same grade,
yes,
are they both like, let's say 12, or are they like 11 and 12?
They go down numerically.
Oh, okay. So, okay, great. So I'm the same way. Estonio's at 15 for me.
So what's your number 11 song?
So my number 11 song is Moldova. This is the one that didn't quite make the cut for me. I did like that gypsy Ozone vibe. If you guys don't remember Ozone, this is that band that brought us the Numa Numa,
Dragostanente.
AKA Dragostanente, but everybody knew it as Numa Numa because Gary Brolsman danced to it in that famous YouTube video from way back.
It's one of the early
hits, and it's such a catchy song. And so basically this is kind of like a knockoff Ozone, but it's got a little bit of a gypsy vibe. They got a little bit of sax going, a little bit of that Eastern influence, and it's kind of danceable. So the music video is nice too. You guys can check it out. It's got a bunch of people sporting 90s fashions walking around the streets of a former Soviet republic. What could be better? Didn't quite make the cut for me, unfortunately. It just scratched in under the radar there, but I'm gonna give it a shout out because, hey, why not?
So my number 11 song is also Moldova.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I think it's really catchy. I think it's really danceable. And so when we made this list, we definitely listened to just the audio, but we had watched every single music video and some live performances previously, or some recorded live performances.
Okay, you're making us sound like total losers. We didn't watch every single one.
No, we did.
Did we?
We watched every music video.
Oh boy.
So we watched every single music video. So this is actually a music video that is really fun to watch as well. So I have to give it not just on the whole danceable vibe, but also it's just a fun video, and I have a lot of fun with this song. At number 10 is Belgium, City Lights. I feel like it's a very sweet song. It's a sweet song. I enjoy it. It's she does a good job with it. What is your number 10?
My number 10 is Germany. I really enjoyed this song. It has a little bit of a Taylor Swift sort of beat going on, but it also reminded me of a lot of the sort of female vocalist rock bands that I've listened to, like Metric or, for example, The Sounds, and a lot of German bands like Assist Yuli, I guess, and it's just got that vibe that I actually personally enjoy. So this is more of a personal for me, and I'm surprised it actually scratched in at number 10. Just, purely based on the rating I gave it. Yeah. Great song if you're into that kind of into that niche that I just described there. So my number 9, actually Ukraine. I gotta fess up, I might be a little bit biased here. To give them a little shout out, this is the only real rock song in the entire contest. We had 42 songs. The majority of them are just generic, crappy pop songs. And here we have, a really nice rock song with some, pretty metal-sounding guitar solos. I mean, this thing belongs on, Guitar Hero or Rock Band. It's totally rock bandable. It's totally, you want to, sing this at a party with your friends. And, have somebody on drums, somebody on a guitar. You got, the two drunkest guys on vocals. I mean, it's a pretty great party song. I don't know. What do you think, Anna?
I have to admit, Ukraine definitely was on my top 10 list before I listened to every single song.
Right.
And it didn't make the cut for me. But I do have to say, yes, it was the most rockish song this year. And they deserve some props. It's very different from their song from last year. At number 9 for me is Apollo by Switzerland. To be honest, I don't think when I saw the music video it was on my top 10, but this is a song that immediately, as I was listening, it just stood out to me. I know I've heard it in the car and I've turned it up, and when I listened to it, doing this list, it just really stood out to me. I love the vocals, I love the lyrics, I love the beat. It's a great song, and I think that it's a song that I wouldn't mind hearing on the radio.
Number 8 for me was Romania. So this song is really catchy and fresh. Basically, wow. The thing about this, the music video was kind of bad. The video that originally posted was not the best, and I was yodeling from Romania, but listening to it on its own without the video and just focusing on the vocals, the female vocalist just blows it out of the water. What an amazing performance, and you gotta hand it to her. This was on my original top 10, and as I was listening to all the songs in alphabetical order, I was thinking to myself, oh my goodness, this is not gonna make it. This song is not as good as all of these amazing performances that I'm hearing this year. And I was like, whatever. I was willing to discount it. As you know, R comes pretty late in the alphabet, and it shows up, and she starts singing, and it's just, wow. What a performance.
Great song, and we will hear it again. Number 8 for me, Skeletons by Azerbaijan. The chorus is just so catchy. The music video is beautiful. I can't say enough good things about this song. I knew I liked it when I first saw the music video, and I liked it again when I listened to all the songs for this list. And it does come very early on, so I was worried that it was because of, it's that thing where you hear the first few things and you like everything, and by the end you're just tired of listening to a bunch of songs. So I was worried that maybe I had that going on, but I listened to it after I listened to all the songs, and I ping-ponged it a few times, and I just liked it every single time I listened to it. So it definitely deserves a place on this list.
Yeah, and I gotta say, as well, for myself, I did like the song. It was on my list prior to going into this Listen Fest. It was on my top 10 just based on YouTube, and honestly, just listening to everything vocally without the YouTube video knocked it down for me. The video is amazing. The vocals just don't stack up to what came on my list. It came in at 14 for me.
Number 7 for me, I have to say, I thought I liked this song for purely simple reasons. I loved the video. It's a video that I could keep on watching over and over and over again.
And by the way, you can keep playing this song because this is number 7 for me as well.
So we were talking about Sweden, I Can't Go On. Listen, it has like a Justin Timberlake type vibe to it. The guy is hot. There's a bunch of hot guys like on a treadmill type thing. It's a catchy song. It's a danceable song. If it were Justin Timberlake, it would be on our radios and people would be loving it. But because it's a Swedish Eurovision song, it's going to get forgotten. But it's a good song, I think.
Okay, so if you guys want my take on it, I think this is the Swedish Bruno Mars. Okay? Yeah, Justin Timberlake if you watch the video, but if you actually listen to the song like I did, just by itself on its own.
I listened to the song by itself on its own several times.
I can't go on. This song, I mean, I can't do it justice. You guys gotta listen to this. Anyway, really, really solid, and it's so danceable. And you feel like dancing. Like, seriously, my comment in my notes for this song is dancing! And I'm not sure if that's because of the previous Ukrainian contestant from like 2008 or so, or if because I just think this song is worth dancing to. But hey, I think it is a very, very solid entry and could have won in any given number of other years if this contest wasn't so loaded with solid entries.
I think the Ukrainian song you were talking about is from 2007.
Okay, correction noted.
What's your number 6?
My number 6 is from Hrvatia, or Croatia, and excuse me if you're like from actually Croatia and I pronounced that wrong. Hey, so this guy is amazing. I really enjoyed this beautiful ballad about friendship, and it's so catchy. Like, I just hum it to myself at work, where he goes like, my friend, you know, like, oh. And it's got this weird Italian opera singer thing going on, and it turns out the guy was interviewed later on, and he doesn't even speak Italian, so, okay, I give him -1 point for that, and still, he made it into my top 10, and he's solidly at number 6. What an amazing performance, and a really nice guy. If you check out the YouTube channel for Eurovision, there's some interviews with all of the contestants, and if you listen to his, he just seems like a nice dude you'd like to have a drink with and get to know, you know?
There's a cute puppy in that music video, I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I will say that I enjoyed that song as well, and it almost made my top 10, but I guess it just didn't quite make the cut. I think it was off by 0.5 point.
Ouch.
Yeah. But at number 6 for me, Belarus, Story of My Life. I don't understand what they're singing. It's not a language that I am familiar with. Serge did help translate a few things throughout the song because he does understand it. But for me, it was just catchy. It has this sort of indie rock, or not indie rock, but more indie-ish vibe that is more what I do listen to. I enjoyed that. The music video is really adorable. It's not done in one take. Or I think it is done in one take. It looks like it's done in one take, if I recall correctly. It's been a little bit since I saw the music video, but that really drew me to the song when I first saw it, and then listening to it again. It's just happy and upbeat, and I can't say anything bad about this song.
Thanks, Anna. And you know what? Coming in at my number 5 is Story of My Life by Belarus. Navi Band is the name of the band, and I have basically the same feeling about it. This is also the kind of music I like to listen to, and it's this beautiful upbeat duet, male and female, and they're just walking down a forest ravine in the music video, just singing their hearts out about just like how happy it is to see your life reflected in the eyes of your loved one, I guess, is vaguely what the lyrics sounded like to me. Hey, I'm not actually able to speak Belarusian, but it sounds familiar to me. Anyway, it's very happy. The feeling of joy is just overwhelming as you listen to this song, and how could I not put it in at number 5. Once again, it's got this little bit of a like an indie rock / slightly country bluegrass type of vibe to it, and it's just unique in the entire contest. Again, kind of like Ukraine, which came in much lower in my rankings, but again, stands out from just this like huge onslaught of generic pop that comes at you from all directions.
Coming at number 5 for me is a song that already showed up on your list. Yodel It, Romania. Listen, when I saw the music video, we saw the performance of it live, and I had a really good laugh, and the reaction was, Romania? Yodeling? And then I think the music video they just put on Eurovision's YouTube channel recently, and I had the same reaction of, what? But then you listen to the song, and it's so catchy. Like, I don't know how you can not yodel to yourself for the rest of the day after listening to the song. The lyrics are, but it's the female yodeler. She really makes the song, and I just enjoy it thoroughly. I sing it to myself sometimes, even though I cannot sing and I cannot yodel. It's just in my head, and it's just this fantastic thing to have running through your head constantly. I mean, it drives you crazy, but it's really fun. And what I thought was funny was the Eurovision YouTube channel, they're asking the different artists, like, what song from this year's Eurovision would you cover? And the Switzerland singer did the yodeling song, and I had a great laugh about that.
That's really funny. And if you watch our music video, it's a little bit about how the song gets stuck in your head, and like other people end up joining them.
It's pretty funny.
Okay. Coming in at number 4 for me is France. France was an amazing performance this year, and no surprise for me because they've had a long run of good performances, including one of my personal favorites, Mustache, from, was it last year or the year before? Anyway, France just hits it off with this amazing French and English vocal from an amazing female singer. And it's kind of like, if you guys want a comparison, it's kind of like Florence and the Machine a little bit, but it's in French, obviously. And I just love it. And honestly, this was not on my top 10 list coming into this. Just listening to all 42 songs, and this just blew me away. I was like, are you kidding me? Wow.
For the record, Mustache is from 2014.
Okay.
Number 4 for me is actually not something that I thought would make my list. Portugal. What a beautiful, beautiful song. It's such a unique song in this contest. There's no other song like it. Just like you said that Ukraine has the rock song, Portugal has this beautiful, just beautiful, beautiful, almost ballad type song. I don't know if I would quite qualify it as a ballad, but it's just a song. I don't think there's a music video for it. I think the music video is just his performance, and it's just worth watching and listening to. It's a beautiful song.
Yeah, although this one came in quite a bit further down the list for me at number 18, I would recommend it to watch at least once. It's not bad. There was a couple other just simple piano plus male vocals out there. I think Australia had one. But
Australia had a more poppy type song.
Yeah, this one was just more simple and just more heartfelt and more authentic. And yeah, it was a solid entry. It just didn't quite cut it for me.
Number 3 for me is also a song that I didn't think would make my list. Blackbird by Finland. It's very memorable. It's, once again, like the Portugal song, I think it's pretty unique in this year's Eurovision. It's just a very slow ballad. It's a female singer. She has a beautiful voice. I know you weren't that impressed with it, but I think the UK had something a little similar to it, but I think that she's a better vocalist, and I think it's a better song, and hope she does well.
Yeah, I have to say, this is probably the biggest disagreement we have between our lists. I just wasn't impressed with her. I did, listen to the song, and I appreciated it for what it was, but it just sounded kind of like a Finnish Enya. And I guess I wasn't buying it. So my number 3 song, and not to be left out or forgotten, because, by the way, I gave this one a 9.1 out of 10, and France got a 9, number 2 got a 9.2, so these all came very close to each other. Switzerland. What an amazing performance from Switzerland. Actually, I have to say, full disclosure, maybe this biased me. This was the first video I watched for this year's Eurovision. And I still remember, I was browsing YouTube that day, and I look in my feed, and a Eurovision video pops up, and I go, oh my goodness, is it that time of year again? I click on it, it's Switzerland. I'm not expecting that much. They've been, kind of more on the miss side of hit or miss the last few years. And then this amazing video comes on. I was blown away, and my reaction was, wow, Switzerland is going to win this contest. And, it turns out quite a few other really amazing songs have been entered this year. This is really, one of those years where just everybody turns out a great, great performance. And Switzerland is no different. It's a pop ballad, and you just want to dance. When you hear this song, you're just like, yeah, let's do this.
In a ballad? Sure.
A danceable ballad?
Okay.
Don't you think that's unique and worthy of mention?
Yes, I do. That's why it was also on my top 10 list.
Okay.
What is your number 2 song?
Okay, coming in at number 2, I got Belgium. This is just... I mean, are they cheating? This is, super well produced. It's this really mellow female vocal, beat-driven song that is kind of danceable, and there's nothing wrong with it. It is basically pretty much perfect, and most years, like I said, would win it hands down, but this is one of those special years when there's just so many amazing songs. It just sticks out. The chorus is unforgettable. That beat is just so persistent. It just keeps driving at you, and it won't give up. I gotta say, I love this song. It wasn't my original top 10, and it did not disappoint. It stands up to multiple listens, and it could easily be a top 40 hit in the US if we, actually cared about stuff from Europe.
You, Adele. For me, number 2 is actually Bulgaria, Beautiful Mess. What a great song. It's slow, it's very mellow, it's just, you sit back and you listen to the lyrics. I love the lyrics. I love the song, the music background itself. It could also make a top 40 station in the US, I feel.
For sure.
Yeah, it's a great song, and the music video for it is also pretty cool. I think it also was just added to the Eurovision YouTube page. It's great. I love the instrumentation in the background.
It's got this kind of a mellow male vocal and sort of an Eastern fusion vibe to it. Don't you feel?
How so?
Well, I mean, you know what the thing is? I felt a lot of the songs this year were kind of mellow.
I would agree with you. This year has been a more mellow year than previous.
Yeah. And that's why some of the entries that made it to my top 10 are there, like Ukraine and like Belarus. They're just like, forget about the mellow, let's do like happy or like rock, yeah, you know?
I mean, there is something, this is a mellow song, but he has a lot of emotion in it. It's, the chorus for it is just very like, it sort of pushes it into this like emotional space. I really love the song.
And it is mildly danceable and has like a kind of a bass drop going on a little bit.
So I'm thinking that we have the same number one, and I just want to say that every year we make a prediction for who's going to win Eurovision, and our pick never wins. So I am sorry that you are not going to win Eurovision. We love your song so much. We have danced to it. We have like sung it. It's
our apologies, Maestro.
You want to let everyone know what the number one from your list, and I'm sure my list is?
Why don't we say it together? Occidentalis Karma.
Italy.
Woo!
You are our winner. Such a great song, isn't it?
And when I watched this video, and this was not too many after Switzerland, this is the moment I realized, like, oh, this year is going to be epic. And this is the song of the summer for me. It is catchy beyond belief. I can't stop singing it. It makes me want to learn Italian.
This song, when we record podcasts, we listen to a hype song before recording. Sometimes one, sometimes two. This has been our hype song. It
made its way into the hype song repertoire.
I mean, it gets you pumped. It's fun to listen to. You end up dancing. Like, you need to watch the music video just so you can see the dance.
Yeah, so my first reaction was, oh, hey, he's actually singing in Italian. You know, a lot of these acts sing in English for whatever reason, just to be understandable. This guy's like, you know what? I'm from Italy, I'm gonna sing Italian. And guess what? So my comment was, this guy's like the Italian Psy. You know, like, he sings an entire song in Korean, it doesn't matter. It's still caught on, became one of the most popular songs of all time in the world. This is the same kind of thing. Like, some things just transcend language, and this is one of those things.
Yeah, and I also like the message of the song. I mean, I know people who watch the video without understanding the lyrics, they just hear certain words, and immediately their mind will go in one place. But then once you read the translated lyrics and like understand what the song's about, it's like, oh, he's making fun of that, and it just makes the song so much better.
Yeah, and he sprinkles in enough English verses, and some of the Italian words are similar enough to English words to be able to kind of figure out the gist of the song anyway.
There's actually, the version for Eurovision is obviously about 3 minutes long. I think all the songs are plus 3 minutes plus or minus a couple seconds. I think the actual version of this song is 3 minutes 36 seconds. And there is a verse in there with some lyrics that I really do enjoy. I think it was very memorable, but it was cut, and that's a little sad. But it's just a solid song, and I'm sorry you're not going to win, because everything that we predict to win will never win.
Yeah, and a really great music video, which you guys should all check out.
Yeah, you're a beast. Thanks for releasing such a great song. We've got our new favorite hype song, a song that I listen to when I just need to smile, like during the day. I mean, not that watching the Swedish one doesn't put a smile on my face during the day, but you know.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for listening to this ridiculously long Randocast.
Thank you for putting up with a top 10 list from a podcast.
Yeah, actually, this is like 2 top 10 lists with like honorable mentions and like extra 11 or 12. So, wow. We went pretty deep.
But Eurovision was really good this year. I feel like the entries were so strong. I don't often get attached to so many Eurovision songs. I think there's usually like a handful, maybe 5 or 6 every year that I really like. But this year was just, I could have had more songs on the list, but I really like had to make some cuts.
Yeah, guys, I just want you to know, we love you guys, our listeners. And in a normal Eurovision year, we wouldn't dare put you more than like through like a top 5 list or maybe like a top 6 list. But, you know, this year, I think even a top 15 list wouldn't hurt.
But then they'd be hearing a lot of overlapping songs, I think.
That's true.
Because I think France was up there for me as well, and Germany my list if it were top 15.
Wait, so my top 4 wasn't even in your top 10?
Italy?
I'm not talking about France.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Your number 4, you mean?
Yeah.
No. But I don't even think Bulgaria, my number 2, was in your top 10.
No, Bulgaria came in at 16 for me, which is not so bad. It's right next to, like, Estonia and Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan also made my top 10.
Yeah.
Or top 12.
I actually had Azerbaijan ranked higher at 14, but you had Bulgaria ranked higher.
Yeah, I think I just really like more mellowish type songs. This is the type of music I tend to listen to. I'm a very mellow person, I guess.
Okay.
I think it's one of those things where you gravitate towards the music you like. So because these songs were my musical styles to begin with, and obviously I'm going to rank them pretty high. And you do like the kind of European dancey pop rock stuff. I remember that. So you're going to gravitate to some other songs.
That's true.
Thanks, guys, for listening to this, like, totally random 2 top 10 lists of Eurovision. I don't know what the Fear Street Eurovision Venn diagram looks like.
I know what it looks like. It doesn't look pretty.
Is it just you and me? Oh, dear. Well, listen, Eurovision is next weekend, I think, and we are totally psyched to watch who makes the finals. In Italy, we are cheering for you. We're so sorry we cursed you.
Yeah, and for those of us who follow us on Twitter, we will be live tweeting the Eurovision contest.
If we can find a stream on that works.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening.
Bye.